Hey y'all, happy Saturday morning rants. What do I want to talk about today? What I've been talking about for the last 24 months. Actually, probably even longer than that. I've been ranting about how criminal justice reform is going to shrink and how the field is going to shrink and how the money's going to go away. Like living through the George Floyd moment, you could just tell that like things got to a fevered pitch. Everybody was all in. And people who wasn't even genuine to this work got involved, sucked up the resources, fucked it all up, and then left. And took away all the fucking, like, momentum, particularly around foundations. So first of all, foundations are kind of fucked up anyway. They come in, they get involved, they sprinkle some money, and then they get the fuck out. But in this case, like the George Floyd moment, inspired all kinds of people to get involved in criminal justice reform who had never really done this work before. And in some ways that could be a good thing, but in other ways that could be really fucked up because then everybody gets involved. There's so much money flowing and you get all types of characters involved. And that's part of what happened, is that you had all types of fucking clowns talking about they doing criminal justice reform, and you had people fucking it up, and you had people who really didn't believe in the shit they said they believed in. And so we ended up in this fucked up place where like all this money poured in, people did some shitty work, foundations got fatigued, and now they pulling out. And the only reason I'm bringing this shit up is because like two of the largest nonprofits doing criminal justice work had to do layoffs this week, and a few small ones I know, and a couple of them just straight up have gone out of business. And that's not always a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing for people to get laid off and lose their jobs. But the shrinking of the field is not necessarily a bad thing if it leaves the people who are genuine to the work, and if it teaches us a lesson about how the fuck we could do things differently going forward. I mean, obviously the worry is that so many people like get scared and go running that you end up with brain drain and some of the best people disappear. So that's a bad thing, because you need really good people, really thoughtful people, really smart people if you trying to do work that's difficult and laborious and just, you know, gut-wrenching work, and like work where you can have all sorts of unintended consequences if you don't do the shit right. So in some ways, like, you don't want to lose those people, but some other people gotta fucking go. Like, I hate that some of the people sitting at the top right now are still fucking assholes and probably won't go because they ain't got no place else to go, can't get employed nowhere else. You know, y'all know who I'm talking about. Some of these people, they not gonna find a job somewhere else making 180,000, 220,000. They sitting at the top of these nonprofits because foundations want to check a box about funding directly impacted people, or they just been there for like 10, 20, 30 years and they were able to live through the Karen moment and they still running some shit. Like, those people are not going to go anywhere, unfortunately, because they willing to like help foundations check that box, and they willing to play the game, and those people ain't going nowhere, and it's fucked up. I met this field with some of those people in place, and I'm sure they're going to stay in place, but it sucks up so many resources. But let's try to look for the silver lining. Silver lining is like, you got a lot of formerly incarcerated people that work in nonprofit, which was like a goal for us many years ago. But the truth is, like, that's a low fucking bar these days for people. Like, you got a job in nonprofit doing reentry work. Like, in some ways, like, success needs to look like formerly incarcerated people being able to work wherever the fuck they want to work. And for us not to be building a whole fucking cottage industry where literally the bar for success, which is a low fucking bar, is whether we've built a field so robust that we can actually hire the people we say we trying to help. Like, if you want to help people and you want to do systemic change and generational change and help people build wealth, and I know that's not what some of y'all are trying to do, but that's what the fuck I be trying to do. If you're trying to do that, then building a whole field and giving people a job is not the answer to that. Like, that's a low motherfucking bar. Like, my first job in criminal justice reform was making $16,000 a year. That's not a win. It's not a fucking win. And so in some ways, the field's shrinking because the resources are going away and because people have lost their momentum around criminal justice reform might be a little bit of a good thing. I mean, it's hard to watch as somebody who's been around for 24 years doing this work, because it feels like we right back to 2000 when I started this work, in terms of what we think we can accomplish. And it feels like right now is when progressive philanthropists should be doubling down on their commitment to these issues instead of pulling back, especially because the whole fucking world is leaning towards fucking fascism. But people are fucking cowards, and the economy's fucked up, and everybody's clutching their money, and people are not investing, whether it's in philanthropy or anywhere else. Actually, economy's a fucking mess. Y'all know I'm in real estate. Real estate's a fucking mess. I almost lost my fucking shirt last year, almost bankrupt. But now is when people should be doubling down on their contributions to try to make it so that we could weather the storm and fight back against people who want to push us in the opposite direction. But unfortunately, this is when limousine liberals decide to pull back, decide they no longer interested in investing because it's not the hot thing to do. It's not cool anymore. Even folks in the tech sector now are supporting very conservative policies. It's fucked up. Yeah, we are in trouble. I'm sitting here right now doing this fucking rant in the middle of Harlem, looking out onto just fucking drama, shit I haven't seen in New York for fucking years. And now is when we need leadership, and instead what we got is some really fucked up people sitting at the top of some of these organizations. Not all of them. Y'all, I like some of y'all a lot, but some of y'all are really fucked up. Really, really fucked up. And in some ways, I'm fucking glad that y'all having a hard time raising money. Because what the fuck are y'all doing anyway? Some of y'all sitting on a ton of money, ain't doing shit. Some of y'all just grinded through all that motherfucking George Floyd money on the murder of a black man. And y'all probably can't even remember his fucking name, now that you done spent all the fucking money. And in some ways, like, y'all deserve to have your organizations dry up and go the fuck away. Or you deserve to dry up and go the fuck away. Because you a problem. You know who you are. I ain't got a name. I try not to fucking name names. Try not to name names because y'all some cancel culture bitch ass motherfuckers to begin with. So I'm trying not to be that. But at the same time, like, some of y'all need to be doing the layoffs. In fact, the layoffs that happened this week, I feel really sorry for the organizations that had to do it, because most of the ones I know actually are doing really good fucking work. And the ones that are not doing the layoffs yet are the ones that allowed philanthropy to pimp them out during the George Floyd moment, so they still sitting on a lot of money. They good? Anyway, I'm not even sure where the fuck I'm going with this rant, except to say, like, I'm just eager. Like, I'm not going nowhere. I've been around 24 years in this work, not trying to disappear no time soon. And I'm just eager to see where the fuck all the chips land and what this shit looks like a year or two from now. Because anybody who's really in it's going to be around a year or two from now. And I'm dying to, like, see where those people land, and see where the field lands, and see what this movement looks like after that. I'm not hopeful, though. When you think of nonprofits, whether it's criminal justice or, like, people addressing homelessness or healthcare or education or migrants or whatever, like, it all looks the fucking same. Like, you got a bunch of people who are well-intentioned, who want to do good work, who start creating some momentum. Then you got people who are directly impacted, like pushing for leadership, and then, you know, convincing people to create space for them to get resources to do the work. And then they come into leadership, and then money pours in because people get all excited because they feel like there's a movement being built. And then some people come in and they co-opt the fucking work, and the people who started the work, they get pushed the fuck out. And then the people who co-opt the work, they don't know what the fuck they doing. They just fucking living off the fucking resources that have been amassed during a time when they didn't even know what the fucking issue was about. And then finally philanthropy gets tired, shit dries up, people disappear, the world moves on, and then some other movement starts, and we do it all the fuck over again. Rinse, wash, repeat. Same shit. Sorry if I sound pessimistic. Sorry, not sorry. But that allows me to get this shit off my chest so I could go horseback riding and strawberry picking this weekend. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna go to New Jersey and pick some motherfucking strawberries. Yeah, first world problems. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. This going loud. You see the sun blazing. It's beautiful outside. 79 degrees. I'm gonna go have me some fun. Got this off my chest. I don't know. I'm feeling feel bad for the organizations doing the layoffs and the people that got laid off. But at the same time, this movement just turned into something I didn't even anticipate. All right. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Y'all see I ain't got much joy for you this weekend, but I'll tell you this. Motherfuckers this week tried to steal my rainbow, try to come at me sideways. Motherfuckers who try to cancel me, literally trying to text me, call me, get on the phone with me. Motherfucker, you tried to cancel me. You ain't got no access to me. Call my motherfucking assistant so when she asks me, should she schedule something with you, I can say, get the fuck out of here. Fuck them people. Anyway, stop hitting me up. You ain't got that kind of access to me. The rest of y'all, don't let nobody steal your rainbow. Peace.